Hello, everybody. The CSAT 2024 exam has just got over, and students are filing it that this year's paper was a little easier than 2013's question paper. So, here is my first impression about the CSAT paper. Well, the biggest reason why students are finding it easy is because this year there was no question from the topic permutation and combination. And we have also seen that the paper has got some very easy questions from logical reasoning, from topics like clocks, calendars, sequence, which UPSC had missed in the last 2 years. So, if you also look at the overall number of questions from reading comprehension, it has remained at the same level around 27, 28. But there are a lot of questions around 7 to 8 or even more, which look to have come from assertion and reasoning type. So, if the students are able to crack this right with a little bit of logical reasoning questions, then I think this paper looks easy to clear and qualify so that you can look forward to the mains exam. Now we will look at question paper set D series, and I'm here to work out with you questions from the CSAT paper had just got over, and we are here to look at the questions from aptitude and logical reasoning and try to solve them along with the answer key. So here we move to the first question. Let's now look at the CSAT question paper 2024 and also look at the answer key and its working out from the areas of logical reasoning and aptitude. So here we have question number 5, 222 to the power 333 plus 333 to the power 222 is divisible by which of the following numbers? So from this area, this question is from the area number system, and in number system there are two subtopics which are covered by this question. Subtopic unit digit and the subtopic rules of divisibility. This question is testing a knowledge of both the areas. So let us go ahead and see what we can do with the question. Now 222 to the power 333. Let's try to find the unit digit of this number. 222 to the power 333 plus, the question says 333 plus 222. Now here, let us try to find the unit digits of these individual values. The unit digit is 2. So whenever you have to find the unit digit of a number ending with 2, what do? We take the power and divide by 4. 333, we divided it by 4. So we get 4 8s 32, 1 and 3, 4 3s are 12. So your remainder is 1. Alright? So now what we will have to do is the unit digit of this number is nothing but 2 to the power of 1, which is 2. Let us now find out the unit digit of the second number, that is 333 to the power 222. I will change the color. So we will divide, because you have 3 in the unit digit. So what we have to do, divide the power by 4. So we will get 4 5s are 20. Then you have 2, another 4 5s are 20. Your remainder is 2. So what is your unit digit here? Your unit digit is nothing but 3 raised to the power of 2, which is 9. Now look at this. If the unit digit of this number is 2, the unit digit of this number is 9. If you add 2 plus 9, what will be the unit digit of this entire sequence? So, the unit digit of this entire sequence is going to be, of this entire thing is going to be 2 plus 9, which is 11. So you have 1 at the end. Now let us apply rules of divisibility and come back to the question. Any number ending with 1, can it be divisible by 2? Definitely not. So we will try to strike out 2. If we take out 2, our answer should be B, that is but not 2. 3 and 37, have I checked? No, I haven't checked. But because I am ruling out 2, this should be my correct answer. I will now move to the next question, which is from mixture and allegation. Look at the next question from mixture and allegation. What percent of water must be mixed with honey so as to gain 20% by selling the mixture at the cost of honey? Let's try to understand the question. So, what percent of water you would mix with honey so as to get 20% by selling the mixture at the cost price of honey? So, let us go ahead and try to solve this problem. So now, whenever you have a question from mixture and allegation, I've always told students, we will write the dearer quantity, that is the costlier quantity, on one side and the cheaper quantity. Now in this case, what is the dearer quantity? It is honey. What is the cheaper quantity? It is water. Now let us assume the cost price of the honey is nothing but 100 rupees. Okay, this is an assumption. What is the cost price of water? We should assume it to be 0 rupees. Is this clear? Alright. Now, this is sold at a price. Alright. Now, let us calculate the price in a way that they are asking you, they make 20% profit on this mixture. Now, let us assume 100 is the cost price of honey. So, if you want to make a 20% profit on this, what would you do? You would have to sell, let's say if the value of honey is 100, you will sell it at 120, right? Now, the question says 20 ml of water is added to this mixture. So, what has happened? 20 ml of water is added to the mixture. Alright, so, and this entire mixture is now sold at a price which is the cost of the honey. Okay, so they are making a 20% gain. What does that mean? This 100 value is sold at 80. Is this clear? So the cost of 80% of the honey will be your average cost. So what will be the proportion? Your water is 20 liters and your honey would be 80. Is this clear? How do we do this? 0 minus 80 is 80 and 100 minus 20, 100 minus 80 is 20. So this is nothing but what you arrive is the ratio of honey and water in the mixture. So your answer is 20% of water is added to this mixture so that you gain 20% profit on selling the same honey. Why am I taking 80 here? Because they say that honey is sold at the original cost. So here this 100 rupees honey is sold to make a profit of 20%. So only 80 ml of the honey would be sold. At 80 would be its respective cost price. Is this clear? So our answer here is 20%. I will now move to the next question. Question number 7. What is the rightmost digit preceding the zeros in the value of 30 to the power 30? So what is the question asking you? It is not asking you the number of zeros in this expression. It is asking you what is the digit preceding all the zeros. Is this model appeared before? Yes. Let us see how to solve this question. 30 to the power 30 can be written as 3 into 10 to the power 30. Yes? So this is nothing but 3 power 30 into 10 power 30. Yes or no? Now 10 to the power of 30 means it's going to be 30 zeros together. Now that is not your question. They want to ask you what is the digit which precedes all the zeros. So basically, if you find the unit digit of 3 power 30, that will be your answer. How do we do that? We have done this in the previous question also. Divide 30 by 3 Divide 30 by 4. So you get 4 sevens are 28 and you have a remainder of 2. So what's our unit digit? Our unit digit or the final answer is 3 raised to the power of the remainder, that is 2, which is nothing but 9. So your final answer here is 9. What is the rightmost digit preceding the 0 in the value of 30 to the power 30? Is this clear? So where is the trick in understanding the question? Otherwise, it is a very simple question. Now, we will move to the next question. Look at this. We will move to the next question now. 421 and 427, when divided by the same number, leaves the same remainder 1. How many numbers can be used as the divisor in order to get the same remainder 1? So do we understand the question? That means if 421 is divided by the number, you get a remainder of 1. If 427 is divided by the same number, you get a remainder of 1. Alright, so how do we find this number? That is what they're asking. How many such numbers are possible? So if you think logically, it means the number should be somewhere between difference between 421 and 427. That is 427 minus 421 is 6. See, because only, let's just try. Let me explain you through this way. See, 427, if it is divided by 6, what will be the quotient? Your quotient should be 6 sevens are 42, 6 ones are 6. So your remainder is 1. Able to follow? If I divide 421 by 6, then your quotient is 4 sevens are 22 and 1 cannot be divided. So you will write 0 and your remainder is 6. Alright, so I'm logically trying to think. When 427 and 421 are divided by the same remainder, they leave a remainder of 1. But they are asking you, how many such values are possible? That means I have an implication that 6 is not the only number. Now, think, can this be a number greater than 6? Definitely not possible, because if you divide 7 by this number, just go ahead and try. In the exam hall, if you don't know, you could have tried this. Let's see, just for your understanding. See, if I divide 427 by 7, my quotient should be 7 6 are 42, 7 ones are, remainder is 0. But if I am going to divide 421 by 7, my quotient is 7 6 are 42 and 0 and my remainder is 1. Did you understand? So this implies that the number is less than 6. How did I get this implication? I found out the difference, and when the question told me how many values are possible, that means there are many more such numbers. So now I will go ahead and try to solve this question. Now I have understood that these number of values, this n, can be anywhere from 1 to 6. Yes? So these 6 are the possible values of n. And now I will work out one by one and see if it's possible. See, 1 is ruled out. 1 when divided by any number will not leave a remainder. So I am going to cancel 1. Can we try with 2? See, it's very simple. The number ends with 7. So the remainder would be 1. The number ends with 1. So the remainder is 1. So 2 is a possible value. So I will now select 2 is possible. 3. Let me try to divide 3. 427 divided by 3. The quotient is 4 ones are 4, 1, 2, 4, dividing by 3, 3 ones are 3, and 1 and 2, 3 fours are 12, 3 twos are 6, so my remainder is 1. I will also divide 421 by 3 and see my quotient. 3 ones are 3, 1, 2, 3 fours are 12, 1, 0, my remainder is 1. So is 3 also a possible value? Yes, it is. So you will also select 3. Can we go try ahead with 4? Yes. So now I'm going to take this here and try with 4. 427 divided by 4. The quotient would be 1 and then 0 and then 6. So your remainder is 1. If I divide 421 divided by 4, my quotient is 4 ones are 4, 0, 4 fives are 20, remainder 1. So 4 is also a possible value to this question. Shall we go ahead and try with 5? See, 6 I have already reduced. Now let me try with 5. See, look at the question. The number 427, when divided by 5, definitely the remainder would be 2. And when 421 is divided by 5, it is 1. But however, with 5, it does not leave a remainder of 1. So 5 is also ruled out. What is the question asking us? How many numbers can be used as the divisor? So my answer would be 2, 3, 4 and 6. 4 is the answer. All right. So here D, 4 is your correct answer. I'm now moving to the next question. This question is from HCF, a subtopic of number system. A can X contains 399 liters of petrol and a can Y contains 532 liters of diesel. They are to be bottled in bottles of equal sizes so that the whole of petrol and the diesel can be separately bottled. The bottle capacity in terms of liters is an integer, which means it's a whole number. How many different bottle sizes are possible? See, let me explain the question one more time to you. A can, so they say a can X has got 399 liters of a liquid, that is petrol, and a can Y has got 532 liters of diesel. Okay, they have to be bottled in small containers equally. So what does this mean? Petrol, let us assume these are the bottles. This 399 has to be split into so many number of boxes, and this 532 liters of diesel also has to be bottled differently. Okay, in a way that it is complete. All right, look at the question. They are to be bottled in bottles of equal sizes so that the whole of petrol and diesel is separately bottled. So coming back to this explanation, this entire 399 is split into these boxes. So the entire boxes are also full and the entire 399 is into the bottles. They have also told us that this value, all right, this value N, that is the capacity of the bottle, is the same. So how many such possible values of N are possible? So N is nothing but the HCF of this. So we will go ahead and find out the HCF here. So 399 and 532, you can definitely go ahead and try 2, 3 and so on, but you will realize that 2, 3, 5 is not possible. So it is possible with 7. 7, 5 is 35, 4 and 9, 7 sevens are 49. 7 sevens are 49, 4 and 2, 7, 6 are 42. 57 and 76 should be commonly divisible by 19. So 19, 3 is 57 and 19, 4. 4, 9, 36 should be 76. So whenever we are doing HCF, I've always told students, be clear that we will take only these values. So what does this mean? The HCF of these two digits is nothing but the HCF is 7 into 19. Have you understood? But what is the question asking you? The question is asking you, how many different bottle sizes are possible? So, basically, it is not asking you the HCF, the number as such. It is asking how many such possible values are there? How many possible factors are there in which you can divide 399 and 532? Is this clear? So what are the possible factors? See, the possible factors are, coming to the final answer. So you can either bottle them in 7-liter bottle each. It will be completely divisible. You can bottle them in 19 liters separately. You can also bottle them in 1 liter. Yes. And you can also bottle them in 7 into 19. 7 into 19 is 7, 9 is 63, 6, 7, 1 and 13. So these are the possible values for the answer 4. Ma'am, is there another way to find out? Yes. See, how do we find out number of factors? I have also done another method. See, if you know that a number, okay, is expressed as 7 into 19. So that's your HCF, right? What are the number of factors for this number? Number of factors of n can be written at, what is the power of 7? 1. So 1 plus 1. Alright? Into, what is the power of 19? 1. Another 1 plus 1. So it's 2 into 2, 4. So your answer, either you write down the possible factors from this 7, 19, 7 into 19 and 1, or you can also find out using the formula how many factors are there for this HCF. So your answer is 4, B 4. Did you understand? The question was asking you to first find out HCF and then how many factors are there for that HCF. So I think in terms of HCF, so far we've had very easy questions, but this is going 1 inch higher. Okay. I will now move to the 10th question, which is also from number system. Consider the following statement in respect of the sum S. S is equal to x plus y plus z, where x, y and z are distinct prime numbers, each less than 10. So this is from proper number system. Alright. Okay. So let's try to work out this question. See, S is a prime number that is established less than 10. And each of these values, x plus y plus z, are distinct, which means there is no repetition. So in this question, what would we do? Question number 10, where it says x is equal to x plus y plus z, where x, y, z are distinct. And it also says x, y, z are prime. Clear? So what are the possible values of x? It can be 2, it can be 3, it can be 5 and it can be 7. Is 9 possible? No, it's not a prime number. Alright. So these are the 4 possible values in which x, y, z are taking any 3 values. Now they are asking you what can be the possible value of unit digit of s. So can we find out the possible values of s? Definitely yes. From this combination 2, 3, 5 and 7, I will assume my first condition where S is nothing but a sum of, let's say, 2, 3 and 5. I am omitting 7. In my second combination, my S can be a combination of 2, 3 and 7. In my third combination, my S can be a sum of 3, 5 and 7, where I am omitting 2 consciously. And in my fourth combination, I am going to omit, so we have omitted, now we are going to omit 3. 2 plus 5 plus 7. What have I done? From my possible values of x, y and z, I am trying to take away one value each in the combination. In the first, I have taken away 7. In the second, I have taken away 5. In the third, I have taken away 2. And in the third, I have taken away 3. Shall we try to find out? So this is nothing but 8 plus 2, 10. This is 10, 12. So this is 12 and 15. And this is 12, 14. Yes? 12 and 15, 7 plus 5. Yes. Now come to your conclusion. The unit digit of S can be 0, can be 9, can be 5. So from our calculation, we know 0 is possible, 5 is possible, 9 is not possible. So I will go ahead and remove the statement 2. So my answer would be C, 1 and 3 only. That is, unit digit can be 0 and unit digit can be 5. Question number 15 from series D. So let X be a 2-digit number and Y be another 2-digit number. Okay, this is formed by interchanging the digits of X. So what does that mean? If X is 12, then Y should be 21. The digits are interchanged. X plus Y is the greatest 2-digit number. What is the greatest 2-digit number? 99. Then how many number of possible values of x are possible? So let me discuss this question here. So they say x and y are two-digit numbers. So x is one two-digit number and y is a two-digit number, and they are formed by interchanging the digit. So if this is 10th digit, this is unit digit, then this is unit digits and 10th digits. Okay. So the only condition that they have to say is x plus y is the greatest two-digit number. So I will take this as 99. Is it possible? Now I will try to write what can add up to 99. I will start with 1. Okay. 1 and 8 when interchanged becomes 8 and 1. Does this add to 99? 2 and 7 when interchanged becomes 72, adds up to 99. 3 and 6 becomes 63, it adds up to 99. 4 and 5 becomes 54, it adds up to 99. See, because I generally, this pattern of question has already appeared in UPSC in the previous year, where they've asked when you add two digits, when you interchange digits, the sum should be 9. So you know this order, right? 1, 8, 8, 1. 2, 7, 3, 6, 4, 5. So I am now trying to write all the possible values. Now this can be 5, 4. So what's happening? It's the same combination. Yes or no? 45, 54, 54, 45. But remember, the question is asking me how many possible values of x is possible. So x 45 is also possible, 54 is also possible. Similarly, x is 63 is possible and y is 36. X is 72 and y is 27. X is 81 and y is 18. So the number of possible values of x, if you calculate, are 3, 6 and 8. All right. The answer is D, which is 8. We'll move to question number 16. This is a very simple question from average. So we see that in UPSC, average is a very favorite topic. Weight of 6 boys is equal to weight of 7 girls. That is equal to weight of 3 men, and that is equal to weight of 4 women. So if the average weight of women is 63 kilo, what is the average weight of the boys? So it's very simple. How many women's weight? So weight of 4 women is equal to the weight of 6 boys. All right. So I'm just going to take it from the question women and boys and compare. Weight of 4 women is equal to weight of 6 boys. Weight of 4 women is equal to weight of 6 boys. What have they given you? The average weight of the women is 63 kilo. So 4 into weight of 4 women together would be 4 into the average weight, 63, equal to 6 into the average weight, right? So let me assume this to be boys. So the average weight of boys is 4 by 6 into 63. So this is 2 2s are, 2 3s are, 3 2s are, 3 1s are, 42 kilo is the average weight. So coming back, B, 42, very simple question, easy to crack. Now, coming to question number 17, a very simple question from clock. So, how many times does the hour hand and the minute hand coincide in a clock between 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. on the same day? So, how many hours is this? 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. is nothing but 4 hours. And we know that the hour hand and the minute hand in a clock coincides after every 65 minutes and few seconds, right? So this is a formula which we generally tell in class. So I've also told that for every 12 hours, the hour and the minute hand coincides 11 times. So for every 24 hours, the hour and the minute hand coincides every 22 times. All right. So for every 24 hours, they coincide every 22 times. So here between 4 hours, you have to see how many 65 minutes are there. So definitely 4 is not possible. So the number less than 4 is 3. So here the answer is A, 3 times. A question from calendar. Very easy question. The calendar for the year 2025 is same for. So what we have to do, we have to find the number of odd days. So let's go ahead and do this. So let's write in calendar 2025. 2025 is nothing but an ordinary year. So it will have how many odd days? Number of odd days in any ordinary year is 1, right? Now in 2026 is also an ordinary year, so it will have one odd year. 2027 has one odd day. 2028 is a leap year, so it will have two odd days. So let me count so far: 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So in 2029, it will have one odd day. In 2030, it will have one odd day. So until 2030, let us calculate the number of odd days. Okay, number of odd days until 2030 is 1 plus 1 plus 1, 3, 5, 6, and 7. 7 odd days can be considered as 0 odd days, right? Now, the question is, the 2025 calendar is the same as 2025 has got 1 odd day and 2030 has got 0 odd days. So, the year next to 2030, that is 2031 is your answer. Alright, here C 2031 is your correct answer. Question number 19, again from number system. Let P, Q, R and S be distinct positive integers. Let P, Q be odd and R, S be even. Consider the following statement. Alright, so they are distinct positive integers. What are they telling us? They are telling us that P and Q are odd and R and S are even. They are distinct numbers. So possible values are 1, 3, 5, 7 and 9. Here it's 2, 4, 6 and 8. Alright. And they have given you a few conclusions. P minus R the whole square into Q into S is even. So let us go ahead and write. So I will take the question paper in my hand. So I now have the question paper, so it's easy for us to do it here. See, now your first condition says P minus R the whole square into QS. So shall we try to work out? See, P is odd. Odd minus an even number is always odd. Okay? Odd number the whole square, and Q into S. Q is an odd number. Odd into even is always an even number. Try and see, how do you say this? Take an odd number. Let's take 5. 5 into any even number. Let's say 5 2 is 10 even. 5 4 is 20. 5 6 is 30. 5 8 is 40. Alright. So any odd into even number will always be even. Now odd number the whole square. See, odd number the whole square. If you try to see 3 square, 5 square, everything should be odd only. But when you multiply any number with even, eventually it is going to be even only. Alright, so my first statement is correct. Now I will move to the second question. Second statement, Q minus S, Q square into S. So what is Q minus S? A odd minus an even number. Odd minus even means it's an odd number. What is Q square? Odd number the whole square. So odd into odd square into S is nothing but even. Now, remember in multiplication, whenever you multiply any number of odd numbers, but if you have even one even number, your ultimate answer is going to be even. So this statement is also correct. Now we move to the third statement, which is Q plus R the whole square into P plus S. Okay, what is Q? Q is odd plus R is even, odd plus even the whole square into P is odd and S is even. So, odd plus even would always be an odd number. Okay, odd and an even number, when you add, you can just see 1 plus 2, it's an odd number. Example, it will be odd square into odd plus even. Again, it's an odd number. Now, the answer for this, odd into odd into odd, is odd. So, this is odd. So, this statement is also right. So, your answer is D, all the 3. Alright, here 1, 2 and 3. We move to the next question, 20. A very easy question, direct formula. What is the angle between the minute hand and the hour hand when the clock shows 4:25 hours? So, we move ahead. What is the formula for angle between the minute hand and the clock hand? Your angle is 11 by 2 minutes minus 30 hours, and you have to take the positive figure. So I will go ahead now. 11 by 2 into how many minutes? 25 minutes minus 30 into how many hours? 4 hours. So this is nothing but 25 into 11 should be 275 divided by 2 minus 120. So this is 1, 2 threes are 6, 1, 5, 2 sevens are 14.5 minus 120. So this is 17.5 degree. Your answer is C. Okay. So your answer is C. We will now move to the next question. Question number 25, question from Q, very simple question. See, what is the least possible number of cuts required to cut a cube into 64 identical pieces? See, the only thing that you have to understand is, if a cube is cut and it is resulting into 64 identical pieces, okay, that means, okay, there should be how many cubes on each side? 4, right? Why? Because some number to the power cube is 64, right? So, if we do this, if we have 4 cubes, 4 on each side, 1, see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, then it results in 64 cubes together. But remember, the question is asking you number of cuts, right? So the number of cuts are here 3 cuts into plus, we don't into because we are adding, we are trying to find out how many cuts are there. 3 on this side, 3 on this side, and 3 on the other side. So my answer is 9. That is, answer for this question is B. Shall we move to the next question? Question number 27. A certain number of men can complete a piece of work in 6k days, where k is a natural number. But what percent should the number of men be increased so that the work can be completed in 5k days? Alright, how do we solve this question? Look at this, we have two data, we have men and we have days, okay? So, let's assume X number of men are working and they can complete the piece of work in 6k days. So, what does this mean? How many are the man days? We generally do this in any time and work problem. So, if we say 5 men can complete the work in 3 days. So, we say the number of man days are 15. And I always tell students, just invert 1 by 15, right? But here, because we have to find the value of X and K, I am not inverting. The number of man days will be 6xk. Alright, now what has happened? By some percentage, the number of men has increased. So let me assume it is X plus that small percentage would be Y. Alright, so when I increase this, my work gets completed in 5k days. Is this clear? Now, what are the number of man days? See, remember, if men are increasing, days are going down. But the number of man days has to be the same. So, this and this man days will remain 6xk. Now, this is a simple equation where I will write x plus y into 5k is equal to 6xk. Alright? And what do we do now here? I will cancel k and I will write 5x plus 5y is equal to 6x, which means I will say 5y is equal to 5x comes on this side, so this becomes x. All right. Now, what should we find out? We have to find out what is the percent of increase. So, y is nothing but 1 by 5 of x. Did we get the answer? If x is, let's say, 100, then y would be 1 by 5th of 100, that is 20 percentage, because the question is asking you in percentage. All right. So, if x is 100, then y would be 1/5 of 100, that is 20 percentage. So, your answer is C, 20 percentage. Time and work questions, I think, have gone a little tougher from the previous years. But nevertheless, if you just have to qualify this paper, there are a lot of easy questions. So we will now move to question number 28. This question we've already done in the CSAT crash course that we had a few months back. So the same model has come. X, Y, and Z can complete a piece of work individually in 6 hours, 8 hours, and 8 hours respectively. However, only one person at a time can work in each hour, and nobody can work for 2 consecutive hours. So what does that mean? If S is worked, X is worked, and then Y would be working. Alright? And if Y is working, he cannot work again. Either X will come back or Z will come back. All are engaged to finish the work. What is the minimum amount of time that will take to finish the work? Okay, so question number 28, although it looks very simple, there's a small trick, and time and work, although it's a topic that most of us generally prefer to do, there's a small twist with the question. So X, Y, and Z can complete a piece of work individually in 6 hours, 8 hours, and 8 hours respectively. However, only one person at a time can work in each hour, and nobody can work for 2 consecutive hours. All right. So all are engaged to finish the work. What is the minimum amount of time that they will take to finish the work? See, try to understand the question. All 3 are engaged in finishing the work. All right. But they aren't working together. So X is working individually, and after he finishes, Y is working. If Y is finishing, then either X is working again or Z is working. Clear? So they are not working together. Also, the second condition is a person cannot work for 2 consecutive hours. So X cannot work for 2 hours consecutively and then Y 2 hours consecutive. That is also not possible. So shall we go ahead and try to solve this question? Question number 28 as per answer D. All right. We'll now go ahead and solve the question. See, X, Y, Z. So how much do they solve? I generally tell that when you have question and time and work, always invert. So X takes 1 by 6, finishes 1 by 6 of the work in 1 hour. Y finishes in 1 by 8 and Z finishes in 1 by 8. Okay. Now, what does it mean? X works, then Y works, then Z works, then X works, then Y works, then Z works. This is one possibility. However, they are asking you that the work should be finished faster. So understand there is also a possibility that X works, Y works, again you bring in X, and then maybe Y or Z can work, again you bring in X. Why will I do this? Because I know that X is a person who is more efficient. X is faster. So what am I trying to do? I am trying to give more time for X so that my work becomes faster. All right. So now let me solve this question. You understand the efficiency part? Now I am going to make X work after either Y or Z. See, Y or Z is not a concern because both of their efficiencies are same. All right. So what I'm going to do is first I'm going to make X work. Then I can let Y or Z work. Again, I'm going to make X work. Then Y or Z. Again, I'm going to make X work. Then Y or Z. Are you able to understand the pattern? So what I'm going to do is whether this is Y or Z, their efficiency is same 1 by 8. So I will find out efficiency of X plus Y, which is 1 by 6 plus 1 by 8. So together LCM could be 24, 6 plus 4 and 4 plus 3. So this is 7 by 24. All right. So which means if these two individuals are working together, they are finishing the work in they are finishing 7 by 24th of the work. Understand? Generally, when we do x plus y, we find out 7 by 24th of the work is done in 1 hour, right? But here, they are not working together. They are working alternatively. So, which means x and y or z, whatever it is. See, for the purpose of the question, I'm not going to say this can be either y or z, y or z, y or z. Doesn't matter. But when they work together, they will finish 7 by 24th of the work. Is this clear? When they work together, they finish 7 by 24th of the work. When they work together, 7 by 24th of the work. All right? And this 7 by 24, see, this is the amount of work, okay? Amount of work that they are finishing. Is this clear now? X, Y and Z. So even to make it clear, I'm going to put it this way. See, first X works, then you can let Y or Z work. Together they have finished 7 by 24th of the work. Again X works, then Y or Z works. X works, Y or Z works. Y or Z doesn't matter to me because they are taking the same amount of time. Why am I using them less? Because I see that X is more efficient and faster. So I want to finish the work faster. Alright, now coming back to the question. See, what is the time taken? This is also important. See, this 7 by 24th of the work, first one individual works, another individual works. So this is done in 2 hours. This is also done in the next 2 hours. And this is done in the 2 hours. Now, shall we calculate so far how much of the work is over? So I will take this and I will write amount of work which is done so far is 2 plus 2 plus 2. That is 6 hours are over. And 7 by 24 plus 7 by 24 plus 7 by 24, which means 21 by 24th of the work is over in 6 hours. Is the work over? No. The work will be over when it is 24 by 24. That is 1. We've always taken work as 1. Is this clear? Now, I will move ahead and solve this question. I will just erase this apart a bit so I can solve the question in the same space. Now, try to understand 21 by 24th of the work is completed in 6 hours. Clear? So, if you look at the options, you have 6 hours and 15 minutes, 30 minutes, 45 minutes. 7 hours is ruled out. Now, how much of the work is pending? Pending work is 1 minus 21 by 24, which is 24 minus 21, 3 by 24, which is 1 by 8. Okay? So, if I let Y or Z to work now, then what will happen? This entire 1 hour will also be consumed because they will consume this 1 by 8 of the work in 1 hour. But if you look at my proportion, the way they have worked, look at this, X, Y or Z, X, Y or Z, X, Y or Z. So, I can have X to work again. Is it possible? So, now what we did, the pending work is 1 by 8 and the X efficiency is nothing but 1 by 6. The time taken by X would be 1 by 8 by 1 by 6. That is 6 by 8, which is nothing but 2 3s are 4 and 3 by 4th of an hour. Clear? So this will come to the denominator, numerator. The 6 will come to the numerator. It will become 6 by 8. I will cancel it by 2 3s are 6 and 2 4s are 8. So we have 3/4 of the hour will be consumed. Alright, now we have to write it in minutes. So 3/4 of the hour is nothing but 45 minutes. So our answer would be C, 6 hours and 45 minutes. In this question, your answer is C, 6 hours and 45 minutes. We will now move to the next question, question number 29. How many consecutive zeros are there at the end of the integer obtained in the product 1 to the power 2 into 2 to the power 4 into 3 to the power 6 into 4 to the power 8, and it goes on up to 25 to the power 60. See, this question has appeared in from number system from a subtopic called trailing zeros, and this we've already seen for the last 2-3 years that this pattern has been appearing. So we will try ahead and go to solve this question. So we have this expression 1 power 2 into 2 power 4 into 3 power 6 into 4 power 8 into, and it goes on up to 25 to the power 50. All right. See, I've always told whenever the question is asking you the number of zeros, that means the number of tens which are there in this expression is a result of the number of zeros. So to obtain any 10, you require 2 and 5. Correct? So the maximum number of 2s and 5s which are there in this expression will be the result of the number of zeros in this expression. Clear? See, in this, as you go 1 to the power 2 to the power 3 to the power 4, you will definitely have 10 to the power, right? So let's go ahead and solve this. I'm going to go it in detail and write this expression. So 1 to the power 2, 2 to the power 4, 3 to the power 6, 4 to the power 8, 5 to the power 10, okay, 6 to the power 12, 7 to the power 14, 8 to the power 16, 9 to the power 18, 10 to the power 20, 11 to the power 22, 12 to the power 24, 13 to the power 26, 14 to the power 28, 15 to the power 30, 16 to the power 32, 17 to the power 34, 18 to the power 36, 19 to the power 38, 20 to the power 40, 21 to the power 42, 22 to the power 44, 23 to the power 46, 24 to the power 48, and 25 to the power 50. This is what this expression means. See, in detail, if you have to break down, every number has got how many 2s and how many 5s. So rather, the easier way to do is, I will take all these numbers. It looks like 2s are really huge. See, because if you take 8 power 16, 8 itself is 2 cube. So 2 cube to the whole power 16 means there are so many 2s in this expression. So the possibility, or in fact, it is very clear that the number of 5s are lesser than the number of 2s. So what I will just go and find out how many 5s are there in this expression. 5 to the power of how much? And from there, I will be able to say that many number of zeros are there. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4. See, 5 power 10, we will circle this. So how many 5s are there in this number? 10. Okay, then we will go ahead. So we already have 10 to the power 20. So that means this is already solved. So let's say, let me just calculate 5 to the power how much. So there are 25s in it, right? 10, 20. What I mean to say is 10 power 20 can be written as 2 into 5 to the power 20. So there are 25s in it. So 20. Then I'm looking for 5, 5, 5. I have this here. How many 5s here? 30. Again 5, 5, 5. How many 5s here? 40. 5, 5, 5. How many 40s here? 5s, 50. So shall we go ahead and add this? So this is one. Yes. Are we missing out on any 5? 5, 10, 15, 20 and 25. All right. Now, another thing that we have to consider here is when I say 25, right? 25, I've taken it as 50. Now, this 50 may not be right. Why? Because 25 is nothing but 5 square to the power 50, right? So, how many 5s are here? 100. So, I will write 100 5s. Now, let me add 140, 170, 190 and 200. So, our final answer is D, 200. The only place where many students can go wrong here is they would have considered 50 here directly. So, that will be 50 plus 40, 90, 120 and 150. But 150 is nowhere given. So, this gives you a mode of self-correction to look back into the question. 25 is nothing but 25 is nothing but 5 square. So 25 power 50 is nothing but 5 to the power 100. So 100 fives are there in this expression. Alright, I will now move to the next question. Answer here is D200. So we have a question from number system. Look at question number 30. On January 1st, 2023, a person saved 1 rupee. On January 2nd, 2023, he saved 2 more than that on the previous day. On January 3rd, 2023, he saved 2 more than that on the previous day, and so on. At the end of which date was his total savings a perfect square as well as a perfect cube? So shall we go ahead and solve this question? So here we have January 1, 2, 3 and so on. On the first day, how much did he save? 1 rupee. On the second day, he saves 2 more than the previous day. So 3 rupees. On the third day, he saves 2 more. That is 5. So these are the dates. Now your answer is only, your option starts from 7, 8, 9, 10. So I'm just going to write all the dates without even considering 5, 6, 7 and 8 and 9. And let's see if you're able to find any answer. It starts from 7. So I'm just going to write this progression. If you see, this is an odd series, 1, 3, 5. So he's going to save 7 rupees, then 9 rupees, then 11 rupees, then 13 rupees, then 15 rupees and 17 rupees. And it goes on. Shall we go ahead and total? See, our answer, they are asking at the end of which date the total saving is a perfect square as well as a perfect cube. So I am going to start adding up to 7th because my options start from 7th only. So total savings. Let's take the total savings on 7th is nothing but 13 plus 11, 24, 33, 40, 45, 48 and 49. Is this a perfect square? Yes, but it's not a perfect cube. Now, I'll go ahead and calculate my total savings on 8th. So this will be 49 plus 15. That is 64. Is this a perfect square? Yes, 8 square. Is this a perfect cube? Yes, 4 cube. So, on the 8th of January 2023, your total savings will be both a perfect square and a perfect cube. So, your answer here is B, 8th of January 2023. We are now moving to question number 34, a very simple question from sequence, very easy to get 2.5 marks. And I think this is the reason why I said this year's paper is easy to qualify when compared to the previous year, because there are a lot of low-lying fruits, some very easy questions which you can easily clear and try to get that 66 marks. Okay, look at the sequence A slash BCD slash BBCD ABC slash D ABC slash DD. What is the pattern? It's quite simple. The letters A, B, C and D are repeating twice. In the first, it's AA, B, C, D. Second, it's 1A but B repeats twice. Then CD, A, B, C repeats twice. Then D repeats twice. So your final answer is A, C and D. That is C. Option C is the correct answer. We're moving to next question. Next question is from profit and partnership. So very easy question. See, 2 persons are entering into business. P is putting 14,000 more than Q. Alright. But P has invested for 8 months and Q has invested for 10 months. If P's share is 400 more than Q's share, out of the total profit of 2,000, what is the capital contributed by P? Now, from this question, it's easy to find out the profit sharing ratio. Why? Because the profit is given. So, look at this. What do they say? P and Q. So, the total profit, they say the total profit is 2,000 rupees. And P is earning 400 more than Q. So, if Q is Q, then this is Q plus 400. So, if you solve this equation, Q plus 400 plus Q is 2000. Then 2Q is equal to 1600 and Q is 800. Which means the profit shared by P and Q, P is 1200 and Q is 800 and together they share 2000. Okay. So their profit sharing ratio would be 4 3s are, 4 2s are, 3:2. Is this clear so far? Now, what are they asking us? They are asking us about the amount invested. The easier way I would say to do this is, well, let's just write. So, go from the options and try to find out. See, let me take the first option. Let's say A, capital 30,000. Okay. So, we move to the next space. Capital and time. Okay. So, if I take the option A, which says that the capital contributed by B is 30,000. Okay. Now, for how many months has B invested? 8. If P has a capital of 30,000, what would be the capital of Q? The question says that P is putting 14,000 more than Q. So, this is 14,000 more than Q. So, Q should be 16,000. Q has invested for 10 months. So, what's the total? We generally say capital into time, which gives us the profit sharing ratio. So, this is 2,40,000 and this is 1,60,000. So, what would be the ratio? 24:16, which is 3:2. Did we get this? Yes, this is the profit sharing ratio. So, what have I done? I have applied in my option A and checked if I am getting the same profit sharing ratio which I got earlier. So, this means my answer A, that is capital of 30,000 contributed by P, is right. I will now move to the next question. Question number 36, which is from percentage. So, a simple question. P's salary is 20% lower than Q's salary, which is 20% lower than R's salary. By how much is R's salary more than P's salary? We've done this question in our crash course. So, let's go ahead and solve this. So, there are P, Q and R. And what do they say? They say Q's salary is 20% lower than R's salary. So, I am assuming R's salary is 100. So, what would be Q's salary? 20% less than this, that is 80. And what would be P's salary? 20% less than Q. That means P's salary is, so what does it say? 100 minus 20% of 80. That is 80% of 80, which is nothing but 64 rupees. Okay? You can also easily calculate 80, 10% is 8. So 20 is 16. Just deduct 16 from here. Now the question is asking you, by how much percent is R salary more than P's salary? So the base is P's salary and how much is it more? Alright. So the base is P's salary. And they are saying how much more? How much more of R? Alright. So how much is R more than P? So 100 minus 64. Base is 64. So which is into 100. So your answer here should be 36 by 64 into 100. When you solve, you will get 56.25%. Answer is B. This is a simple question. The beauty of this year's paper is percentage has revived itself in the question paper. This is a topic which students generally feel very comfortable and they always fear permutation and combination. So we see that in this year's question paper, I think there's almost no question from that topic. Okay, so we will look at question number 37. A number is mistakenly divided by 4 instead of multiplying by 4. What is the percentage change in the result due to this mistake? Alright, so a number, let's assume the number to be 100. Okay, this is mistakenly divided by 4. If I mistakenly divide by 4, what will be my answer? 25. But originally what it should have been done? You should have multiplied 100 by 4. So my answer should have been 400, but I got only 25. So what is the percentage change in the result due to this mistake? So let us calculate. So what is the change by what is the original or the correct number into 100? Alright, the change is nothing but 400 minus 25, but it should have actually been, the correct number is 400 into 100. So this is 375 by 400 into 100. You cancel the zeros, solve 375 by 4, you should get 93.75%. That is option number D. Easy question? Okay, we will now move to the next question. Question number 38. In an examination, 80% students have passed in English, 70% students have passed in Hindi, and 50% have failed in both the subjects. What is the percentage of students who failed in only one subject? Okay, again, Venn diagram, percentage, going back to the previous year's model, very simple question. So we will look at the answer. So what does it say? It says in an examination, you will draw a Venn diagram. Let's assume, because it's in percentage, I'm assuming the total number of students to be 100. So 80 have passed in English. So who have passed in English are 80. All right. And how many have passed in Hindi? 70. Okay. And 15 have failed in both the subjects. So these are about passing. So failing means I have to write it here. 15 who have failed. Okay. What is the percentage of students who have failed in only one subject? So what are they asking us? See, these are the percentage of students who have failed only in Hindi. Okay, they've passed in Hindi. Sorry, these are the students who have passed in Hindi. These are the students who have not passed in Hindi, green portion. They've passed in English, but not passed in Hindi. So they are asking us the percentage of students who have failed in only one subject. So this green portion plus this green portion. Able to understand? So let's go ahead and solve this question. Now what I'm going to do is, out of the 100, I'm going to assume this is 80, this is 70, this is 15. I'm going to assume the number of students who have passed in both Hindi and English as X. So this will be 80 minus X and this will be 70 minus X. So I'm now going to equate 80 minus X plus X portion plus 70 minus X plus 15 is nothing but 100. So what I will go, minus X plus X gets cancelled. 80 plus 70 is 150 plus 165. So 165 minus X is equal to 100. So X is equal to 65. What is this X? Percentage of students who have passed in both the subjects. Now what do they want us to know? The percentage who have failed in only one subject. Clear? X is nothing but passed in both subjects. Passed in both subjects are 65%. Is this clear? And how many have failed in both subjects? 15. Right? So how many have failed in one subject? 65 plus 15 is nothing but 80. So 20%. So your answer is B, 20%. Here, alright, B, 20%. If you also want to check this answer once again, see, I told you the green portion is our answer, right? So what is 80 minus X? 80 minus 65 is 15. And what is 70 minus X? 70 minus 65 is 5. So 15 plus 5, 20% is your answer. Alright, I have shaded the green portion because this is what the question is asking us. We will now move to the next question. Question number 39 about ages. UPSC used to ask these questions very frequently, but last 2 years it wasn't there. So it's here back. A father said to his son, "N years back, I was as old as you are now. My present age is 4 times your age, N years back. If the sum of the present ages of the father and the son is 130 years, what is the difference of their ages? Okay, it looks like a riddle, but let's solve this question. You will have to derive simple algebraic equations and then solve. Okay, look at this. So I will write father and son. Okay. Now, what does the father and son? I'm going to assume one of the ages because only then it will make easier for us to solve the question. So I'm going to assume let S be the age of the son. All right. Am I assuming it to be the current age? Yes. So I have to write all this currently. Current age of the son. Clear? So he says n years back. So time period n years back. Okay. I was as old as you are now. So what is his current age? His current age is S. So this is current age. Okay. I am assuming current age to be S. Let's draw, if needed, a tabular column. Okay. So his current age is S and he says that n years back I was as old as you are now. So he's S. Okay. Clear until this? My present age is 4 times your age n years back. My present age. See, what is the present age of the father? You can take it as S plus N. Right? And he's also giving you one more thing. It is 4 times. So you can write it in two ways. 4 times your age n years back. What was the son's age n years back? S minus n. So 4 into S minus n. Do you understand this? I have written the current age of father in two expressions. S plus n. Okay? Because S was n years back, so now S plus n. And otherwise he says 4 times your age n years back. So current age is S. So S minus n is his son's age n years back. And the father's age is 4 times S minus n. Okay. What have they given? The sum of the present ages of father and son is 130 years. So this is given to us. Given father plus son is 130 years. And what is asked? Difference of their ages. Father minus son is how much? Is this clear? So what we have to do? We have to solve equations from here. See, in this portion, two expressions denote the same thing. So I will just work out and get an expression. S plus n is equal to 4 into S minus n. So S plus n is equal to 4S minus 4n, which means 4S minus S on this side, 3S is equal to plus 5n. Okay, or let me write it this way. 3 S will come on this side. So 4S minus S is 3S minus 5n is equal to 0. Okay, S plus n is equal to 4 into S minus n, which means S minus S minus 3S plus 5n or 3S minus 5n is equal to 0. And this is my first quadratic equation. So now we'll go to the second equation. Okay. So here we know that the F plus S is 130 years and F can be written as 4 into S minus n plus S is 130. So that is 4S minus 4n plus S is equal to 130, which is 5S minus 4n is equal to 130, and this is the second equation. Simplify S and n. So we see that we may have to multiply and get. So now I'm going to just multiply, write these equations on another page. 3S minus 5n is equal to 0, and we had 5S minus 4n. 5S minus 4n equals 130. Equation 1 and 2. We will multiply the first equation by 5 and the second equation by 3 and eliminate s. So this will be 15s minus 25n is equal to 0 and 15s minus 12n is equal to 390. I am going to subtract. So I'm going to change the signs here. This becomes minus, this becomes plus, and this becomes minus. All right. Here. So 15s minus 15s gets cancelled. Minus 25n minus 12n plus 12n becomes minus 13n is equal to minus 390. So your n is nothing but 3. All right. Now I have to go back and find the value of s. So what did this expression say? S plus n plus s. Yes, father plus son. So I'm going to substitute this here. S plus n plus s is 130 years. So I've just found out the value of n to be it's 30. So I'm going to substitute this now here. So 2s plus 30 is equal to 130. So 2s is nothing but 100 and s is equal to 50 years. So the current age of the son is 50 years and the current age of the father is 50 plus 30, 80 years. Did you get this? See, the current age of father and son. Son is nothing but 50 and father, son we have derived s as 50 and the current age of the father is 50 plus 30, right? S plus n. So 50 plus 30, 80 years. They have asked us f minus s, which is 30 years. So your answer is A, 30 years. I will now move to the 50th question. It's a factual question. So they have given you 3 denominators. Consider the following. 1000 liters is 1 cubic meter. This is right. Metric ton is equal to 1000 kilo. This is also right. 1 hectare is equal to 10,000 square meter. This is also right. So your answer is all the above. That is D, 1, 2 and 3. So in this video, we have discussed question numbers, all the questions from aptitude and logical reasoning of the pattern D from up to 1 to 40. Thank you.